To be honest, Asuka Inamoto, perhaps the only catch is that, well, you might enjoy it a little too much. You may never want to come back. For a time, most clients fell into 4 general categories: the casual thrill seekers, the holiday crowd, the viewer, and the retirees. Contemporarily, however, there is a growing number of youth opting for indefinite or permanent transfers to Elysium as soon as they are of legal age. In some cases earlier than that. It would appear that the youth these days find real life to be, well, pointless, boring, if you can believe that. In this age of wonder, there really is no limit to what one can do. However, economical limitations do exist. Local laws can also interfere with one's personal lifestyle choices as well. Not to mention your particular circumstances. Not all places are like Athenia, unfortunately. And the rising cost of regen and cold storage is making it so that most people have to save and work 2 life cycles just to be able to live one life of leisure. Making Elysium an attractive alternative. It's not my place to judge, but I had generally assumed that one might actually want to live their lives a bit before they come to any conclusions regarding its worth.
Kids these days, right?
Now, we do require a full psychological, emotional, and physical evaluation before you start, to see where you're really at and make sure you're in overall good health. Also to ensure that your experience is best suited for you. We generally recommend a short period of short visits before any long-term commitments. 1 hour to start. All of this too, of course, is at no personal expense of your own.
Really?
Haven't you seen or heard our advertisements? The first time is always free.
I was already sold on the idea. Skeptical, but sold. But 1 hour should be more than enough to really see what it's like. I could go for a walk, without a peace arbiter, without mom and dad. All by myself, outside my zone, outside the whole damn city. Maybe on a beach or a forest, feel snow, wind, sunlight. I could actually see a sunrise. Okay, keep it together. No one walks for an entire hour, and too much sun can kill you. But not there. Speaking of death. So, what if I wanted to go and stay for a while? Not do the portal thing? What happens to my body here?
Depends on how long a while is. You could go every night while you sleep. Personal cots and pods are available for clients at our centres. If you fancy an adventure-filled weekend or holiday, the centres have pods that can accommodate you with supplements, personal care and grooming. For longer-term visits, we can place you in a suspension module where your organic systems are stimulated and maintained for optimal return. For permanent transfers, well, we prefer you spend some time in Elysium before you come to that decision.
So you do get tanked? No wonder people think it's a simulation. I mean, it sounds like it is, maybe just a fancier one. Costs more than Oneros, the one legit sim company, but cheaper than real life, I suppose. Definitely cheaper than a regen cycle. What could possibly go wrong in 1 hour?
Okay, so let's move on to you. What is your ideal self? Do you want to be taller, have glowing green hair, lose a kilo or 2, and reverse the clock on aging?
Jeez, what does he think I am? I mulled it over. There's only 2 things I could think of that I'd want to change. Well, outside the obvious, can I be, I don't know, more like pretty, beautiful?
Conventionally beautiful or mathematically beautiful?
What's the difference? Which is better? Best not to find out from a foe. They never lie. Conventional? He thought for a moment.
Done.
And I want to be older. Like, I don't know, 21.
Odd. Females usually go lower for age selection, but done.
Odd, a sexist foe. I nodded my head a bit as he smiled in anticipation for my next want. That's all. Oh, and I want to go to Tokyo, but I want it to be empty with no people.
Ah, the big city. And solo as well? Looking to do a little urban exploration. Which time period?
Same, I guess. But I want it to be different. Like, instead of a bunch of empty buildings, I want them all to be filled with art, sculptures, ancient artifacts, and old-timey collectibles. And libraries filled with every book ever written, and a theater that plays whatever film I want with popcorn.
All right, now we're talking. What else?
The vault is open, the flood of thoughts can't be stopped, and I want to see all the seasons, and the sun and the moon and stars, and a real rainbow every morning. Did I mention no people? I want to be completely alone, all by myself. bikes, and transports I can ride myself. And only cute animals that can understand me and do what I say, and restaurants from all over the world, but with faux and fabs, no people, and...
This is really great stuff so far, Asuka. Don't be shy, whatever you desire.
that's it, I guess.
Fantastic. Now you do have the option to allow the system to sort of fill in the blanks for things you might have missed, but would definitely appreciate.
Like what?
Well, like gravity, for instance. Most people on Earth tend to forget about that one, but trust me, it's pretty nifty.
Yeah, gravity would be nice. I guess, yeah, fill in the blanks for things I forget, but I can always change it, right?
Absolutely. In fact, since we have the big picture stuff out of the way, let's start with your hub. In Elysium, everyone starts out in a hub. It's sort of like your doorway into the quantum realm. It can be whatever you want: a cockpit of a fighter craft, an ancient sea ship, a calm field of grass by a lake, or even a pod filled with whatever you want. It's where you first wake up in Elysium, and where you go when you want to come back to reality. Your hub automatically comes equipped with a mirror and a window for you to communicate through a portal, here in reality, to say hi to the folks and whatnot. There's also a fabricator, a pet you can activate, a personal locator device, and an optional lens that gives you details and specs of your surrounding. The lens also lets you interface and make real-time changes.
Just like real life, except the changing part.
Precisely. Normally people want to get away from all the tech, and oftentimes visit time settings way in the past like ancient Greece or Rome. However, tech is still useful, and let's face it, the foundation of the quantum reality you're in can't really escape it too much, you know?
Yeah, you're sort of in it.
Precisely. Additionally, courtesy of Rosita Rocket Industries, there is something called a backdoor in your hub. This allows you to transfer to a sort of social environment where other clients can meet, socialize, and visit one another's reality. It's actually an antiquated style bar called, well, the back door.
You don't say.
Totally optional, of course. You never have to go, and no worries, no one will ever accidentally wander into your reality. And you'll need to select an object and/or an action that signifies an emergency exit from Elysium. Should the need ever arrive, it will be at your hub when you first arrive. Sort of like Dorothy's slippers.
What's a Dorothy?
Plus, I almost forgot to tell you the greatest part. I'll be there too, should you ever need any assistance, that is. Don't worry, I won't be in the way. Heck, you may never see me, but my services are always available should you need them. You can always find me in the map via your lens. Feel free to stop by and say hi if you're not too busy having all that fun.
Great.
Well, unless you can think of anything else, how about we get your diagnostics going and schedule your trial hour?